guys, we're back with creepy Lena about to hatchet us. This is most likely the finale of Miku, so everlasting summer. I kind of forgot that part. So she took out a giant hatchet covered in blood from behind her back. Well, actually, it seemed to me she was lost in thought. I don't know what all that crap in the form of Oyana. Her and other pioneers weren't killed by me, but does it really matter now? She waved the torch and it faded at the same second. Wait here, I'll be quick. Devilish laughter came from behind. Mean she would after Masha. I must do something quickly. I had absolutely no idea where to run. Darkness completely disoriented me. Screw it! I ran the way Lena went, presumably. Soon I painfully bumped into the wall, turned around and began to move slowly, and stumbled on some obstacle again, fell down and screamed in pain. Trying to rise up, I understand that I can't step with my left leg. Seems like a twist. I tried to crawl, but it came out bad. The whole mine forest full of sharp stones, pieces of rails, and boards. My arms became a bleeding piece of meat, and my eyes couldn't be opened because of the dust and sand. I began to fumble in my pocket and pulled out the matchbook. The matchbook! I tried to light one match with my shaking hands, but nothing worked out. Calm down, I murmured. Okay, after the first try, the mine was lit by a dim light. That's not very dim. I quickly oriented myself and understood which way I have to run. Seemingly that only a few seconds passed before I found myself in the room where I left Masha. The last match went out, and by the time I had to notice Lena, who raised a hatchet upon Masha. I rushed to their side, screaming and jumping forward. My hand suddenly met with something. I fell on the ground and began smashing all around. Most of my punches didn't hit the mark, but then my hands met something soft. I heard a moan and dead silence set in. I rolled on my back and started breathing heavily, catching dry air with greed. Masha? I cried. Cold, quiet sobs were heard. Still alive? Yes, Desu. She whispered. Did she get you? No. I began to fumble in the darkness and soon found the torch and a lighter. Shapeless shadows began to dance on the walls, and I saw Lena's body sprawled on the floor. She seemed to be alive. I was willing to finish her. Don't, Masha. Masha crawled right to me and grabbed my leg. But you can't just... No need to. Of course, Lena wasn't to blame for everything. But she is the devil incarnation. It's impossible that humans like her, if she can be called a human, live. But after I looked at Masha, I understood that I can't. I just can't. I took up the hatchet from the floor, twisting it in my hands, and I thought that would be the perfect crowbar. Having come to the door, I put it onto the wheel and pulled it as hard as I could. Okay, at least we found out who the killer was, but what's with the Olyanas? Does that have to do with the Olya and all the disappearances? The door creaked and opened. Fresh air streamed rushing into the room. We're saved. No, we're not. Olyana is gonna be the army of Olyana is gonna be right there, and they're dead. I'm calling it. I returned to Masha, helped her get up, and we got out of the room, leaving Lena lying unconscious. There's a short corridor behind the door, and there's a ladder at the end, which ended with a grating. I stood up and pulled it with strength. The grating fell down with a crash, and we got out. Oh yeah, it leads back to the camp. I forgot. I fell on the gas exhaust and looked around. Again this square. Again this camp. So what's happened to my leg? Is it like... Does it work? The bright red dawn was breaking in the east, burning the tops of the far-away forest. The last stars winked at me, not knowing about everything that happened here, in this hill. Masha put her head on my shoulders and pointed up at the sky with a trembling hand. I wish we were there. Though we got out of the dungeon, nothing is over. Crowds of zombies Olyana are wandering around through the camp. Insane Lena is lying underneath, and heaven knows how much more devilry we will encounter here. I really want to sleep. I don't know how to answer her, because I didn't know where to run, where we could be safe. Didn't know how to return to our world. Sleep. Patted Masha's head. Listen, that would make a great script for a film. She laughed out loud. I looked at her in horror. Masha was smiling, but her smile wasn't diabolic as that one of Lena. It was pure, honest, maybe even childish. All of her tiredness went away, and her eyes were shining with a cheerful spark. What happened to you? I could hardly speak. Everything's fine. She lay down on my shoulders again. That was the last cut. What? No! Suddenly I felt that the strength is leaving me. My vision darkened, consciousness began to float somewhere. I was lying in silence, and only Masha's breath could be heard. Now the grasshoppers chirping, like all of them died at last, but only Masha's steady breathing and her smile. Is that the end? Oh no. What? I struggled to open my eyes. Bright moonlight reflected on the water. cheerfully jumping on the waves. Late night breeze was flowing, and somewhere far away, an owl was hooting. I looked at Masha, who was peacefully slept nearby, covered with my shirt. What a dream. No! I wanted that to be real. I mean, I had a good feeling it was a dream because, you know, it even told you in the beginning, like, you know, it's dreams aren't always real or something like that. The mobile phone was dimly showing the time, 3 a.m. It's time to go to bed, or tomorrow Orgo will make us. I just decided to wake Mash up and suddenly noticed an open script and a pen next to it. I quickly went through the several pages and was horrified. It was exactly identical to what happened in my dream. Sickness rose to my throat and my eyes dark. What if, you know, like the Oleanas are still here? We'll have to see. Asher rolled over and opened her eyes and looked at me. Awake? Did you write it? Asked with my tongue tied. Yes. What's wrong? I didn't know what to answer. I just couldn't understand what was going on. You've been sleeping so cute I didn't want to wake you. The grasshoppers are chirping so loudly, so she smiled. Wait, but we're here now? I mean, we're not pioneers. We're filming here and all this kind of stuff, aren't we? Yes, of course we are. Masha looked at me with a lack of understanding. Maybe I woke up, read what she wrote, and then fell asleep again. You're all sweating. She fumbled in the pockets of a pioneer uniform laying next to her and gave me a handkerchief. A typical Russian handkerchief, embroidered with colorful flowers. Took it and suddenly felt a warmth. The same warmth you feel when someone dear to your heart gives you a present. Shall we go? Master started dressing up. Yes, let's go. So I hardly stood up and came up to the river. Cold water brought me back to life, and that dream stopped to seem so real. After all, it's just a dream, isn't it? On our way back, Master held my hand and chatted about everything non-stop. We came to the square. Hope those creatures will let me sleep at least tonight. She said that. Who? Grasshoppers! Oh, I thought she was talking about Oriana. Yeah, that'd be great. Well, I'll go. She looked at me attentively, turned around, and was about to leave. Wait. Oh. He grabbed her hand, pulled her towards me, and kissed her hard. Because sometimes, dream is just a dream. And reality is just reality. Wow. Is that it? What is this? I don't even... That explains it well. Every story has its beginning and its end. Every story has its own outline, synopsis, contents, key points, a prologue, and an epilogue. There's no book which would reveal the things that you don't pay attention to previously after you read it again. Every story has its beginning and its end. Almost every. Wow. I like that route. Honestly, the only thing I had a problem with is that instead of being the super hyperactive Miku, it was Masha. I mean, you know, I would have preferred Miku rather than Masha. Miku is fun, you know? Although, I can imagine it would be hard to make her out for her. But, although some might say that, you know, just making all a dream was cheap, it gave you what you needed to know was a dream before it first started. And it, what did it do? You know, it gave you a happy ending, so I'm content with that. You know, do I like happy endings or not? I mean, I wouldn't mind, like, you know, a bad ending, you know, where they just get killed by the Oleanas, but I'm assuming my questions, like, what happened to Semyon will be answered, you know? Like, so was Semyon actually dreaming that too, or, you know, they'll be answered. Hopefully. But, and you'll get out. Man. What is this? I don't even. That kind of wraps up how I feel about this route. So we're working on it. We have 2 endings so far. That's pretty good. that one Russian guy I mentioned, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's been telling me to do the Lena Bad route, but I think I want to do the Alyssa route first. So next time, we're going to get started on the Alyssa route, guys. Don't you forget. I mean, you know, y'all obviously just have to wait like a day, maybe 2, so it's not really hard to forget, but, you know. See you guys later.